Good evening, or should I say good morning, because it is presently 2:20 a.m., and I felt the need to conduct a new video on the channel entitled At the Movies. So, being as it's 2:20 in the morning on Friday morning, I just got home from the midnight screening of Halloween 2. Let me just lay down some facts for you YouTube fans out there. Fact: I'm a huge horror movie fan. Fact: I'm a Rob Zombie fan, film and music. Fact: I am a huge Halloween franchise fan. Fact: I just came out of Halloween 2, and it sucked balls. Wow. Let me just explain something to you. I woke up today feeling good. The sun was out. The birds were singing. I was really excited because I was going to catch the midnight show of one of the most anticipated sequels for me this year. I really enjoyed the remake. I really enjoyed Rob's interpretation of the Carpenter story by putting his own little twist on it. And although I felt like the first half of the movie was way better than the second half, it still did its job overall. Because in the second half of the remake, he still had to hit points on. I mean, truthfully, Rob's original remake is 70% prequel and 30% remake, so he had to pay some tribute to the original. And the third act, which is the remake part of it, is more or less the most dodgiest part of the whole film until the final shootout. But going into Halloween 2, I really expected, okay, Rob's cleaning his hands, now doesn't have to pay debt to anybody, this is completely his just untainted vision on the Halloween franchise. Well, as much as I was looking forward to and excited about it, I was left so disappointed by this film, I don't even think I can put into words. I went to the show tonight with another good friend of mine who is an extreme horror fan, as I am, and I actually think I was having a panic attack at the end of this movie of how bad it was. So before I get really into it, I'm just gonna let you guys know that I'm probably gonna this is gonna be a pretty spoiler savvy retrospective on Halloween 2, so be warned. So as I said, walking into Halloween 2, I was really excited, but let me just point out some of the things that really irked me about this. Rob had a really big problem with writing dialogue in this movie again. Again, referring back to the remake, I had a huge problem with the third act where he was writing the girl parts, and I just really didn't think that he really captured the feeling of teenagers in the way that they spoke. It just didn't feel natural. It just felt forced and a little trying to be too hip, if you will. And that carries over incredibly in this film, if not 1,000 times worse. Um, Furthermore, could he have made Dr. Loomis any more unlikable? Holy shit. I couldn't believe it. I mean, Loomis, as we've come to know them in the original franchise, where Donald Pleasance played him, yeah, he's a little kooky, but he's out to do the right thing and capture Myers. In this one, he's just whoring around the whole fact of the whole history of Myers and exploiting it and gaining money from it, and he is so unlikable, it's sickening. This is not the Dr. Loomis that you're walking into the movie hoping to see a Dr. Loomis that's gonna, save the day and do the right thing, be there to save Laurie and shoot out Michael. No, he's a complete asshole in this movie, and I could hardly stand him. And let it be known, I love Malcolm McDowell, and I actually enjoyed his interpretation of Loomis in the original, but in this movie, it totally blowed my mind how bad it was. How bad this interpretation was. He was just so unbelievably unlikable. It was terrible. It was a complete disrespect to the character. Furthermore, moving on to Laurie. Now, Laurie Strode, yeah, by this one, Rob indicated that she was going to be a really fucked up character, so I accepted that. But holy shit, dude. Like, I mean, in the original, carrying over from the original 1978 to the original sequel, Halloween 2, Laurie is, Laurie is shy, and she turns out to be a very strong character. Laurie Strode is on the same level as Ripley from the Alien franchise, but in Rob's sequel, Laurie was so weak-willed. It's like, what do you do with that? She's so weak-willed. It's, you feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, pull your shit together. Like, you're Laurie fucking Strode here. So, to keep tally, Loomis is completely unlikable. Laurie is so weak-willed it will blow your mind. And then, moving on, the apparition of having Michael's mom come in and out of the movie is just so balls. It's just so, oh god. Let me just throw this out there and just make it really easy for anybody. This is not a Halloween film. It does not feel like a Halloween film that you're watching. And I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to like it so bad. Because like I've said, I love Rob Zombie. I loved House of a Thousand Corpses. I love Devil's Rejects. And I totally enjoyed his Halloween remake. I was one of the few that was defending that every day when it came out. But this sequel, I can't. I need to go with what I'm feeling here, and this was just, it just didn't feel like a Halloween movie. I really can't put into better words than that. This is just not a Halloween movie. There's certain scenes where Michael is seen killing a dog and eating it, and although that was indicated lightly that he was eating dogs in the original franchises movies, they are actually showing it in this one, so it's almost like, okay, here's Michael with a beard who's wearing a hoodie the whole time, so he looks like a hobo who looks like he'd be more fitting in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre family, eating dogs and shit. And just all the violence just seemed like, after you had seen the first scene, it just seemed like the same shit over and over again. It was just so redundantly violent, where it's just like, when it was happening, it would just go on, and you're just like, well, yep, that's, I think, stab number 15. I suppose he'll go to 22, like the last time. And it just wasn't, it was just very uninteresting, the violence. I mean, like, not to discredit Rob, he was trying to do his own thing here, and I can totally respect that. And I'm not trying to, really compare it to Carpenter's version, because we need to face the facts. They're two separate things now. There's Rob's vision and Carpenter's vision. But, there's just certain things about the spirit of Halloween that fans across the board, and, more, not just fans, but I think your general public will receive better, is that the idea of less is more is a lot more effective in certain cases. I mean, you didn't really have to show the non-stop violence. It would have been really effective and almost scarier and a little bit more frightening if Rob would have, just kind of scaled it back a little bit. I think that would have helped the movie overall, but, I mean, that's just a little thing. I just think there was just so many problems with this production that it's really hard to say, what thing could have made or broken it, in the grand scheme of things. I think there's just so many issues in this movie that it's not one thing could have been improved to, benefit the whole movie to improve itself. There was a whole slew of problems, but the ending of the movie leaves you almost like a Halloween 4-ish ending, where you think that Laurie is just so demented and fucked up by now that you think that she will take over the reins of the killer. And I don't care if you're a die-hard classic Halloween fan or, embracing the new ones. No one's gonna buy into that. Halloween, Michael Myers. Halloween, no, Laurie Strode, you're not the killer, you're the hero. Work with me. So as you can see, I just was really disappointed by this, and on a final note, Malcolm McDowell, from what I recall, he signed on for 3 sequels. Loomis dies at the fucking end of the movie. I don't care which way they try and work it, he's fucking dead. There's no way he's coming back. So, really, I don't know what else to say, but check it out for yourself and see what you think. But based on my review, I was really disappointed, but to be fair, if there is one good thing that came out of it, during the end credits, there's a really, really nice cover version of Love Hurts. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my rant. This is the first segment of At the Movies, so I hope you've enjoyed it for what it is. This is Frightener 22. Thanks, guys.